think Black Lives Matter? I'm like, yeah. Right? Why? Because I have one. Kanye. Half of you just wrote your own joke. Sold my car, drive a pickup truck now. You know why? Because black people don't drive pickup trucks.
Oh, he goes there. Welcome back to the show. I'm so glad to see you again. Welcome back, Alonzo.
Good morning, Natalie. Good morning, Janelle. Good to be back. Good to be here. And it will be good to get back to Tampa, Side Splitters.
I know. You're going to be at Side Splitters. And we were just talking that we didn't even realize that it was open right now. I think it's great that live entertainment is back in Tampa. Are you a little bit nervous about being back on stage, or have you been doing this over the quarantine?
Well, I've done 2 shows since mid-March, so I'm a bit rusty. I love getting back on stage, though. It's so different than a Zoom meeting. I've been on so many screens, I'm not sure when I'm live or when I'm on screen anymore. I don't even know. So.
I hear you.
Well, you're on right now. You're with us right now, Alonzo.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm telling you, I wasn't sure where. Yeah, it's going to be weird working and not looking at myself while I do it. I may set up a mirror on stage in the club just so I can see myself and say, oh, yeah, I am there.
So it feels normal. This is the new normal. Yeah.
You know, Alonzo, one of the things that I think is fascinating about you, and again, we've gotten to spend time with you in studio before, you bring the laughs, but you also go to areas that many people, and I'm assuming some comedians, don't want to touch. You've got your show there on NPR that you're always adding to, wait, don't tell me. And that brings up things like the civil unrest and race relations, but you've always been able to use that content and make people laugh and make people think. How is that unique to you, or how has that maybe evolved for you as a comedian?
Well, I think it's always been our job as comedians. Like I always say, the court jester was the only one who could speak truth to power, right? He could make fun of the king. Of course, if it wasn't funny, they chop off his head, which is, I guess, heckling in the Middle Ages. But as a comic, yeah, we make the truth palatable. I think that's our job. And I think that's why comedy will always be here, right? They say more people were getting their news from the Daily Show than from news shows because people like that injection of comedy. Also, you know, we're living in a ridiculous time, right? So you have to have your sense of humor, just because some of this that we're dealing with in all areas is ridiculous. So I go back and forth.
Yeah. I was just going to ask you if being sort of after in this pandemic, if you found it harder to get material, or if you've been able to get a lot of material from it.
Oh, it is. It's a gold mine in some ways. It's a matter of, like, you know, we're fighting over masks. Like, this is where we draw the line in the sand, right? Masks. Let me tell you something. As a large black man, do you know how happy I am to be allowed to wear a mask everywhere I go? Are you kidding? If they don't regulate what mask you can wear, I go to the bank with a welder's mask on. That's right. It's a face covering, and I can get away with anything.
No one looks twice. Hey, Alonzo, during this time, one thing that I've been doing, I've been getting shelf envy a lot as I look at people's bookshelves. What's standing out to me behind you there? Motorcycle. I think that goes hand in hand. People might not be aware you are a car and motorcycle aficionado and spend time with Jay Leno in his garage.
Yeah, there's no better way to feel less than to go to Jay's garage and realize, like, oh, I've done something wrong in life. No, I love motorcycles. And in this time, the ultimate social distancing vehicle, right? I wear a helmet. My whole face and head is covered. I'm wearing gloves. So I'm traveling by myself. It's actually the ideal vehicle right now. But yeah, I'm a big fan of bikes and cars and Jay's garage. Only he won't give me the keys to the garage. I've asked.
Come on. What's up with that?
So I know you're starting to get back out there and perform again. What has it been like? Or I'm sure people are just ready to laugh. Or do you find it a little challenging, being that you're having to deal with people maybe wearing masks or outside?
Well, again, the safety is different. People have different, I guess, levels of what they consider safe. So like Side Splitters, they're going to be doing social distancing. I think masks are optional It's Florida. You guys aren't wearing masks. No, okay. But I did an outdoor show last week. That's very strange. Normally, I work with a roof overhead. So working, it was at the beach under the stars kind of thing at an outdoor venue. Normally, that is the worst place to do comedy because outdoors people don't focus. But now people are focused on the show because this kind of thing is our new normal. It's like how we have to do it, right? So people are like, okay, I'll sit outside, but I'll still focus on the stage. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. Let me tell you, the difference between doing it on screen and doing it live is the difference between driving in a video game and driving an actual car. I like driving actual cars.
No kidding. You know, Alonzo, showing that clip, if people aren't familiar with your style of comedy, I mean, you had me laughing out loud. And even, you know, while we still are starting to get some more entertainment, whether it's television or maybe people are watching more of the streaming shows, it's nice just to laugh. That's got to be a welcome sight for when you do get up on stage, especially here in Side Splitters. People are looking to you to laugh, and you're able to make that happen for people. It's got to be a good feeling.
It feels great. It's always going to be a connection, right? It's always going to be a way to connect. Listen, as we know over the past few months with everything going on, we have a lot of differences. We have a lot of separations in our society right now that we're dealing with, right? But we'll always hopefully have humor, and humor breaks down the walls. So I'm honored to get to do it. It's a gift. And at the end of the day, it beats honest work. I'm telling you, I used to do that. I used to get up and go to a job. This is much better. I can work as much as 60 minutes in a day and I'm worn out. So I'll stick with this.
You know, I was just going to ask you, I always wonder how comedians get started. Were you just the class clown in high school and it just continued, or where'd you get your start?
You know, I really wasn't. I've always had a sense of humor, but when I was in school, I would quietly say something to the guy next to me and he would laugh out loud and get in trouble. And I'd be like, what? I didn't say, I don't know why he's laughing. So I was more that guy. But my first career was in aerospace. I was an airplane mechanic and I started training new mechanics. And when I got up in front of the class to teach, that's when I found like, oh, I can be funny in front of people, not just to the people next to me. So that's kind of how it started. That was my first public, I was the funniest instructor at McDonnell Douglas, which, you know, led to good things.
It led to a lot of good things. We're thankful for that career change. Tell people how they can see you before we share the Side Splitters, because I mean, you're doing it all. You've got the NPR show. You've been on Dr. Phil, even bringing laughs there. You have done it all. Explain how people can stay up to date.
Thank you. The best way to find everything I do is at alonzobodden.com, and it's Bodden, or just Google Comic Alonzo. You will get me or Christella Alonzo. I'm the taller one. Okay, so there's that. And then, of course, social media. On Instagram, I'm Zofunny, Zofunny. And please come to Side Splitters and let's do this live, Tampa. Let's do it live.
I like it. Safe travels to you. Thanks for being with us again. And there are the dates where you can have some fun right alongside Alonzo. Great to see you, buddy. Hopefully we're seeing you in studio next time you're here.
Yeah, it'll be great to get back to that, right? Everybody's dealing with this as what we call the new normal, but we'll get back to the old normal. And thank you. And if you want to wear a mask to Side Splitters, please do. Even a welder's mask. I'm okay with that.
Maybe I'll be the one. I'll be in the front row with the welder's mask. What do you say? Take care, okay?
That's fantastic. Thank you, ladies.
Thanks, Alonzo.